Hello guys, welcome back to the channel Learn with me. Today we are going to start recording some of the previous videos which we have done. So we are going to start coding out. So let's start it out. I'm starting with a Python command prompt where I'm going to execute all the programs. We can even use, or we can create a file called as .py file, or we can even use Jupyter Notebook, or there's a very good site by Google that is called as a Google Colab where you can execute Python programs. So let's get started with a small program, just to print some stuff out. So using a print command, and we want to type something called as welcome back. Uh, and when I start executing it, it gives me a welcome back output. So this is the first simple thing which we are going to start. Then we'll look on for some how we will assign variables, how we what is indentation. First of all, we'll start about what is indentation. So indentation is when you're writing some uh, loops or if-else statements. Indentation comes into play very much in over there. So I'll write a if statement and see how indentation works. Even we'll find out what are the errors you get if you don't indent your code. Let's start. If I is greater than 2, I'll not indent right now, so you'll get to know what the error is. Print 5 greater than 2. Yeah. See, it gives me an indentation error called expected an indent block. So the same code I'll execute it with indentation. It's a semicolon. It's a colon. Then now I've indented. Let's see. 5 greater than 2 and one more enter and we get it like 5 greater than 2 as an output. So indentation is very important. So you can come to know what are the errors are while after executing the code. Let's go for assigning values to a variable. Uh, we can assign a integer value or a string value to a variable in a simple way. Like I will give x is equal to 2. It will assign a value 2 to the variable x. So when I'll print x, it gives me a value 2. You can even find out the data type of the variable x by using the type function. It gives me that it belongs to class int. In the same way, you can even do it for string floating type. Let's start x is equal to, I'll make another change like 2.5. 2.5. Then I'll print x, you'll get it as 2.5. We'll find out the type of where it is. Yeah, the type of x, it gives me up now as class floating. The same way you get it for string as well. X is equal to hello, and then if you print it, you'll get it as a hello, and then the type, it gives me a string type. The same way you can even use assigning operator for multiple assigning operators like x comma y comma z. These are the variables which we are going to add some values to it. Uh, let's learn. Python. So if we print any value like variable x, y, z, you'll get the assigned string like print x, you get let's, yes, the same way for y, and for z you'll get python. These are what is assigning operator works, and even you can give a global declaration of variables. Even I'll show that thing as well. I'll assign x is equal to best. I'll create a function using the creating a function is done by def. So I use the keyword def. I'll give the function name as my fun double brackets colon indent your code pri be the best. So be the okay. Coming out of the function, then I'll print my fun. See, what I've done is I've globally declared best over here, and then in the function I've calling this global variable x in the function. So be the, and then it will print best. So I've got when I call the function, it gives me be the best. Here x is a global declared variable. So let's talk about integers, which we have covered before. So you can go and watch those videos which we have covered. It's a beautiful presentation done over there. So see, we can an integer type. We have seen many things which we have executed like an integer. We have assigned a value as 9. Then we have assigning an integer to it. We can find out the type. Of x, you get it as an integer. The same way for the floating as well. 9.7 I'll do it. When I'll print again x, you'll get it as floating. And there is a one more type that is called as complex. So I'll assign x is equal to 3 plus 5j. Okay. And I'll find out the value of x. You'll get it as class complex. There is one more beautiful function in Python that is called as random, which you get a random number from the given range as output. I'll first import the random library, import random. Then I'll print when I'll execute it, I'll get now I've got 5. Again, I'll execute it, I'll get 9. I'll get 8. Randomly, it picks a value and it prints it out within the range 0 to 10. Typecasting, a very good thing when it's useful when you have written a you are getting a value from the database, but you are getting a string value. You need to convert that the value given over there, the number, as integer. So typecasting is needed over at that period of time. So let's do it. I'll first convert a floating type to an integer type. So I'll assign x is equal to 2.9. Okay. And now I'll typecast y equal to get 2 as an output. It removes all the value after the decimal points and it gives me the integer type called as 2. The same way for the floating type, I'll now y is let's y is 2, so it is an integer type, right? So what I'll do, I'll convert y to a floating type. So get it as 2.0. You can even find out the type. You can like do get it as integer. How come? Oh yeah, because I've assigned a value uh, as 2 to y, so it is giving me an integer. So it is giving me a class integer. In the same way, if I want, I can do it for string as well. So what it does is I want to convert y to a string type. So print str y. It gives me, okay, you'll come to know the same way, not this way. I'll show you how it will come. Z equal to str of y. Okay, print it gives me a string type. You need to assign. What I did was I directly converted the y variable to a string. So I'm getting it as 2. You can't see an single inverted quotes over here. I don't know why, but when I assigned a variable to str to the typecast operator, then I got the type as class string. Uh, let's look on for some of the string types of Python programs. So here, a single string program is where you assigned any character or word to a string. It becomes a string class. The variable becomes a string class. So there are different ways of assigning a value, a string into a variable. One of the way is this, that is multi-line string, where a is equal to hello. Oh, sorry. A is equal to, I have to use three inverted, double inverted columns. Then enter. Then hello world. print it out. Print A. The same way it preserves those lines over here. Like I've written in the first line as hello, in the second line I've written it as world, and in third line I've written it as let's code. So all the three things are the lines are preserved. So over here, in the same way, we'll check out the next thing. String are arrays. So I'll give an array, a string is equal to hello world. Okay. Then print character at the fourth location. Let's find out the character at fourth location, and it gives me O. Let's see. H is at 0th location, E is at 1 location, L is at second location, third location is one more L, and the fourth location is 0. Oh, sorry. So we get an output as O. The same way we can use get each character of the through an looping construct, like looping through a string. So how we can do it, let's find it out. For x in hello, indent the code, print x. Come out of the loop. What it does is at the first looping time, it takes a value h in x, and then it prints the the string character assigned to it. So first it will print h, then it will print e, then it will print l, the second l, and then o. That's it, guys. These are all the codes that we need to execute. Let's code one more program, just a small one. We'll find out whether the variable is negative or positive or greater than 0. Greater than like is it the value 0, positive or negative? I'll assign x is equal to 9. Then if x equal to 0, then it should print the value is 0. Okay. Else if x is greater than 0 means it is positive. So the value is positive. Positive. Else the value is negative. So what we'll get? We'll get it as positive. The output is the value is positive because x is assigned to a positive value 9. So it prints out this statement. Okay, thank you guys. Please do subscribe to this channel. Learn with me. We'll see you in the next video.